Alive. We're not playing Live Alive.
Oh.
Never played it before. Old Japan-only SNES game, RPG-ish kind of thing.
Okay.
Entirely unrelated to card games.
Uh-huh.
Know where that thought that was?
Nope. You'll find it posted somewhere.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hello, Kinetic Gibbon.
Cards.
We are playing cards, as it were.
Cards.
Honks.
Onks.
In the background.
No. Onk.
Alright, this should be sufficient. Hooray!
You got host and everything?
Yep. I refreshed the page and did it. So hopefully everything's good now.
Yep.
Hopefully folks can hear us just fine. Hopefully Waystone's actually running before a stream for once.
If it is, we'll forget to turn it off on Sunday.
Oh, that's definitely happening, but that's for them. This is now. Hey, Ragni.
Hello.
Yeah, it's definitely weird to draft, and I haven't really been playing enough to say with a huge amount of confidence what you should be doing in this format.
Yeah, we've gotten a little swamped at times.
But that's not going to stop me.
Nope. Yeah, it's fucking cards time.
Oi, fucking chord time. Alright. Aurelian Cargo. These are the cargo cards that they talked about. They've sort of got the discover mechanic.
It's a wolf pelt.
Yep. So they're the way these cards work is that they're cargo, like the black merchants have, and you can use them to grab fixing for your stuff. You'll notice they are not actually colored, so they're really good for that. And then, if you have 2 of each of your primary colors, they turn into contraband, which essentially creates a random card of each of these 3 colors and lets you pick between them. I'm definitely gonna take that. I'll look at the rest of these, but this is the pick. We'll see if I end up in like Aurelian colors or not, but man, I like that Conflagrate, I like that Warband Scald.
Hammerman's always solid.
Bannerman's nice, although I probably wouldn't take him over these
God,
two.
no, yep.
Let's see. This guy seems like he could be pretty good. Any sort of weapon on him. Definitely taking this cargo though.
Yep.
New Order Watchwing, Display of Knowledge, which would fit with this Aurelian cargo. What are the 3 effects on this one? Attacking enemy unit at the bottom of the
That's
main
essentially
deck.
killing a unit.
This is like going beyond killing a unit. This is banishing a unit to the nether.
Yeah, that's basically
Like,
saying that unit's gone.
The safest
gone.
place that you could possibly put a unit, or like that you could possibly put a card if you don't want to see it, is the bottom of a deck. Like there's very few things that actually draw from the bottom of a deck. Draw a relic from your deck, or give one of your units +2 attack and quick draw. So like, 2 of those modes are really, really good. The +2 attack and quick draw and the attacking enemy unit on the bottom. And even draw a relic from your deck could have some good stuff.
Yep.
Honeypot here. We've actually seen this do some stuff to us in the past.
That Huntsman's also a
Fireheart
sneaky
Recruit's
shit.
pretty good.
Renown killer.
Yes, him.
He's a sneaky shit, that one.
Indeed, he's got a boar on him. And yeah, Eternal the only effect in the entirety of Eternal that shuffles your deck is whatchamacallit, Lumen Reclaimer. When you shuffle someone's Void into their deck, it actually shuffles the whole deck. You can use that to do some shenanigans.
So are we going Display of Knowledge, or are we
might
going
go with
full
Display
on?
of Knowledge. I mean, I know Aurelian is not like most people's impression of it is that it's not an incredible faction, but I do feel like we've gotten 2 really strong cards offered.
Yeah.
And yeah, having a cargo in draft is fun, so ideally we do end up in like 2 of those, at least 2 of those colors if we don't go all the way. We got Forgeborn here, another Coastal Huntsman, that Astromancer's Compass, which we've seen be decent. Don't really care much about the Breath Stealer. Aerial Spotter is alright, although I'm not huge on that renown.
Yeah, he's also like a decent one.
Yep, Mischief Yeti is just a solid card. Not totally certain how good Forgeborn is. I mean, 7/7 is a pretty good stat line in this format, I'm pretty sure. Astromancer's Compass also feels like a safe thing, but you do want that in kind of a fast deck, and I probably want to just get some units if I can.
Yeah.
Yeti seems fine. I think on his face, he's a slightly better unit.
Frost Talisman is good.
Yep. Pay 7 to draw a card, quite nice. Comes down, stuns an enemy unit, so you're not getting nothing for it. Honeypot is also potentially pretty good. Fangs in the Dark is interesting. It feels like you'd probably need to do some work to make it work, though. We got Consuming Greed. 5 cost 3/1 flying. Summon. You may sacrifice a relic to play a 6/4 Rust Fiend, so... Yeah, 3/1 flying isn't the worst thing, and then a 6/4 on top of that at the cost of 1 of your relics is pretty alright. I don't know how good he is generally.
Yeah, and if you're running a relic deck.
Yeah. Windfang Cobra. So he's deadly, and he also gives you a weapon with deadly. He's also adorable.
Oh, hi, Tumbling Sloth.
Yep, we might take him.
Transform a unit into 1/1 Humbug Flying, or transform an additional unit. So he's polymorph, but slightly worse because he gives it flying.
Polymorph, but like a good deal worse since it also costs 4. The art's really good though.
There's a token as well.
Yep, Token of Knowledge can be pretty good. This fall short falling this low is interesting. Yeah, that snake I feel like is definitely pretty good.
Yeah. It's a good snake, yeah. And when it dies, it like
yeah, like 2 deadly units
yeah.
really helps you slow boards down.
Yeah.
So I like that quite a lot. Infused Guardian's pretty good. Seraph's Beacon has a lot of words on it, but when you attack with 3 or more units, play a Justice Sigil depleted and also play something to help you get then tokens running. That's kind of fun. Infused Guardian's a pretty good low pick, I gotta say. Sacrifice a relic to kill an enemy unit feels pretty good. I'll definitely be looking to pick up relics at this point, because there's at least a few things that feel pretty good about relics.
Yeah.
Removal is just really strong in this format in general.
Yeah.
The other one I'd probably consider is this Master Cartographer, because the draw a card, discard a card effect is pretty strong, but I think I'll give it a shot. Pretty happy to see another Sloth.
Yeah.
This Pack Beast also has potential.
And also good.
Huntsman's alright. The one thing about it is it's hard to say, like we haven't seen any weapons yet.
Yeah, just like the Crystal Dart stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna tumble that Sloth?
I'll probably tumble
That's a
this
good
Sloth.
stat line, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Spider Tank stats are not very common in this game.
Yeah.
So...
Token of Knowledge.
God, I love this. Play a 5/1 for 2. Empower. Kill him.
Yeah.
Pretty happy to see a low token of knowledge.
It's a Scorpion. That's... Be gone! Or another Frost Talisman, which, good. Relics are good.
Relics are good. I might go with this Be Gone, though. 1 cost teleport. It's only fixing for one of our colors, but even then... It is fixing for one of our colors. It's only fixing for one of our colors. On the other hand, it is fixing for one of our colors. Wow, look at that legendary in colors that we're not in even slightly.
Finest Hour.
Fuck all of these. All of the really good cards are in not our colors here.
There's a Stranger. There's a Hell Shrieker.
Jesus. I mean, it should be mentioned, I do have a full set of Deforged Plates.
Yeah, he has a full set, yeah.
For If I could even get one of these two in my... Like, if I could get this into my deck, I would absolutely play it because this is ridiculous.
But it's neither.
It would be such a hard pivot, though, to try to do. Basically, if this was even in... Like, even if this was an off of one of those colors, if it was as good as Deep Forged Plate, I would be like, yeah, I'll just snap that up. As it is, it's sort of like Hail Shrieker would kind of settle me down a bit and be nice. It's an okay card. Finest Hour is a really good card that I may be willing to splash green for.
Stranger or not?
Stranger's nice, but I think that these two are kind of better options. I mean, I guess these two are relatively close to each other. It's really just that Finest Hour is quite good.
Yep.
Yeah, the person behind me who's making Rakano is going to be pretty happy. God damn it. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this loot to just take this Lumen Defender and not look back.
God,
but if this deck has really good Rakano in it, I'm going to be mad. Amethyst Acolyte's pretty good. I have no idea if Aerial Battle's any good. Cobalt Ring is a relic with an effect that's decent, but all the rings tend to be fairly overcosted for what they do.
Yeah.
So I might just take the Acolyte and feel happy about it. Predator's Instinct is pretty alright. Strategize is a pretty good card in general. Cryptic Etchings is a relic that I like a decent amount.
Good relic.
It's basically
Predator's Instinct.
Yeah, I started with the Instinct. Spelunker, of course, pays off really well for having these. It's a 3/3 for 3. It's a fine stat line. Turns into a 5/5 when you have a relic and can play a relic for you, which can be pretty strong. Yeah, man, I would actually like all 4 of these cards in this deck.
Spelunker?
Out of them, God, this is pretty tough, honestly.
You have a couple of relics. Etchings is...
Yeah, so I got the Frost Talisman right now, and that's it, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, we are still pretty early on, but of course you definitely need the relics to make all this work. Yeah, it is basically like Etchings or Spelunker. Like, I think I would like to have a Predator's Instinct in this deck, but I also think if I don't have enough relics, the deck can kind of just fail to function.
Yeah.
I think Spelunker might win just because it's both,
a
unit that gets a bonus from a relic and has a relic on him, which is pretty strong as a thing. This is a pretty easy Cersos choice. Fast Lightning is pretty great. Let's see.
Shiny Snowfort.
I could get a shiny Snowfort.
There's that.
I don't hate Snowfort in general.
Twilight Raptor too.
I think it's probably one of these 3. How many units do I have currently? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 units. It's not an awful number.
We're not picky.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it might be like, I think this is a better unit, and I feel like Snowfort is something that can potentially drop down further to us. Like, I don't actually hate Snowfort as a card in general, and it synergizing with our relics is definitely really good. Raptor might be a little safer as far as just getting to our numbers. Inspire Obedience is such a bad kill spell.
Yeah.
I think we've more or less gotten to the point where I feel pretty safe about our removal, where I don't have to feel like I need to take bad removal for it.
You like the Behemoth or the Sentinel? Or the Elementalist?
That's basically the question. It might be the Ageless Sentinel here. Like, I don't like Behemoth at 8 at all.
Yeah,
Especially because, like, it doesn't really do much when it comes down. It can help you stabilize for sure, but it's not necessarily what our deck is looking for. I don't know if Elementalist is any good, though I don't know if a 3/5 with no text is any good either. That one was sort of just all over, and I guess I get an Elementalist for my trouble anyway, so I'll get to make that choice later.
Yep.
Wow, Violent Gust or Dark Return? Probably Dark Return.
Return's good.
Violent Gust is quite good.
Oh,
I was
Snow
correct
Fort.
about seeing a Snow Fort later. Finally, a Film Cauldron. This is from set 1.
Once per turn, you may
It's
discard a card to gain 1 health.
kind of
5
silly.
Cards, sacrifice to create and draw 5 random.
It's a little bit silly.
It's a wee bit silly. There's a.
It is a relic though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I only have one of them. Sewer Sludge is by far the better pick here. I just want that out there before I go and click this cauldron. Okay!
Oh!
Wow!
Oh!
Holy shit!
Hi! Hi!
Like, the Touch of the Umbran is expensive, but they lose a unit, and you gain a unit, and it also gets lifesteal.
Oh boy, stealing that.
Yeah, no, Jotun Hurler's really good. Beyond that, I don't really care about anything in this pack. Everyone's very angry with
For
me.
real? Nice.
Vickers.
Graciel, thank you so much.
Alright, what
Pretty
we got?
okay with the
another
etchings
etchings?
here.
Yep,
What I really need right now, incredibly badly, is 2-drops, it should be mentioned.
Yeah,
I'll be on the lookout for those.
Gruon.
Gruon is one. I might take this Soul Collector instead, though, immediately going against my own advice for myself.
No, I like her. Yeah.
Healer's Cloak can be okay as a weapon. Take that Cobalt Ring. Kinda, it's nice to have your pick of relics like that. Let's see. In general, I'll definitely just be looking for good units to play it too. Like, I don't think Sanctuary Priest is enough, so I'm okay taking this Elysian Banner. Amios, thank you for the
Ravenous
follow.
Thorn Beast.
Ravenous Thorn Beast is really fucking good. I'm kind of shocked that fell that
Elysian
far.
Stranger.
Perfectly
Gets to
happy
shore
to
up the
take a
twos.
2-drop here, as I've been saying.
Flash Freeze, nice.
Flash Freeze may or may not make the deck, but hey. Amaran Camel, this is extremely not an Amaran Camel deck.
Windcloak.
Captain. Aegis, your Justice units have +1/+1. Wow, that seems really good.
There's no display knowledge or a Windcloak.
Yeah,
Windcloak's
there's
a really
also
good
a
relic.
Pack Beast. And yes, Windcloak is a very good relic, especially in a Relics Matter
I
deck.
just saw that Steward at the bottom.
Oh yeah, wow, that's actually a really, really good 2-drop. I may have to not take this
Yeah.
Windcloak because we need the
That's
units
a really
pretty
good
badly.
2-drop, yeah.
And Karandon Steward is a disgustingly good
Camel would have
2-drop.
worked for the Cauldron. Well,
I mean, I guess that's fair. I'm not sure the Cauldron makes this deck.
another Steward.
Ah, man, wow. So, like, there's parry, which is a really good thing because it kills a unit and also keeps one of your units alive. There's a second Parandon Steward. There's an Infused Guardian.
There's another
Jesus.
fledgling bird boy.
Fledgling
This
Avisaur,
isn't
which is less
really
about
the
this
deck
deck.
for him, yeah. This isn't the renowned deck.
Wow, I probably just take another Steward and don't look back. Shore up my 2s even more. Let's see. We've got Ball Scavenger is when you play a relic, deal 1 damage to the enemy player for a 1/2, which doesn't do much. The Gig! Thank you for the money. For the cash money. I try.
Look, I have to take my hat off to you for your luck, but how dare you?
Thank you. I take this Runic Protector. It's like that of the Frost Talisman, probably. I don't know if I've actually hit the point where I don't necessarily need to be taking more large thing, or like more relics that I don't really care about.
I think we've gotten, what, the etching, the talisman.
I'm currently sitting on 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5. Like 5 isn't too bad. And then this guy who makes one, which is 6. So I'm kind of between it. As far as units go, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. 17, not all ones I feel incredible about.
Yeah.
Not that I'd feel incredible about this guy, but he would be a decent ender. This is kind of tough. Like, I'm actually looking at that pledge and being like, maybe that's alright on something stupidly offensive. On the other hand, I'm not totally sure what decent relics I could get beyond this. I also don't know if, like, 2 Frost Talisman is in a deck is too much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions that I have.
Yeah.
Take the Protector, see how that goes. Wow! Alright, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about anything else in this deck.
Yeah.
There's a fall short here.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
an
care.
egg. My Mighty
Let's
Strikes
see.
for not playing you.
This is the second Mighty Strikes we've seen, but it was later. Makeshift Barrier is actually pretty good, I believe. It can turn itself into a flyer, and it can also transform to, like, if it gets hit with a permafrost or something, it can just transform to get rid of that.
Ah.
Monk is ridiculous.
Elvish Swindler.
Swindler. We do have this token of vision that has 2 of our 3 colors. We're kind of that. There's the Elvish
There's a
Swindler, which
Scorpion.
plays a relic of cost 2 or less from your deck.
Which is the etchings and the talisman.
Yeah, which would be the etchings of the talisman. He costs 5 for a 2/3, which isn't amazing. I'm not super huge on the Scorpion, partly because we actually have a lot of killer things, like the
Yeah.
Twin Fang Cobra, the Lumen
Yeah.
Defender, and of course
And
that's
one of
2
them.
things.
Yeah. And we already have
So I might just
Scorpion.
go with this token of vision here. Tunneling Gargantuan. Gargantua.
Ooh.
Yeah. That seems perfectly fine as a thing. It's also got Pledge to fix for these 2 colors. Like, I actually really like Pledge on multicolored units. It opens up a lot of your play.
Another infused Guardian Aura token.
Ooh. Oh god, this is actually pretty tough. I also like the Curator's Spear here. Like a 3/1 relic weapon for 2 is decent.
Yep.
So it's really down to, like, how do I feel about my fixing right now versus how would I like to have another unit that can be the game. And that's actually a pretty tough question, and I don't really know how to, like, go between those 2 in this format currently. Because it's definitely between those 2, and I'm not totally sure which.
We do have a few pledges. One for all our colors. One for a banner. But we do a lot of time fixing.
If he was a less good unit, I don't think I'd do it, but...
Egg.
Surprisingly late egg, I will give it that. Play a relic, draw the top power card of your deck. Why not?
You want 2 of those,
I'm
right?
not sure about 2 of them, or even 1 of them, but hey. Alright, well, we'll see how this deck does. Let's see. That's definitely out. This probably isn't a Flash Freeze deck, but I won't say absolutely no to it yet.
Run form?
Ruin form might or might not. We'll kind of see. I'll consider that as sort of a later one. Got 25 units. I don't really feel bad about a lot of cuts. I think this Runic Protector is whatever. Like, I think if I didn't have this Tunneling Gargantua, I'd probably consider it, but
This one's better.
that is a way better unit. It fixes for you better. It has Killer, which means that even if I play this as a 5/5 for 8, it will come down with Initiative. And we're not playing all of these things, but
Well, we do have some relics.
God. I have no idea.
Fucking do it. Probably keep it.
I'm keeping it in the deck. I hate all of you. I'm keeping it in the deck, though. Arachnodon Egg seems pretty alright. Vault Ring, maybe, maybe not. God, I have... This deck probably wants 17-ish power, like 17 along with the
Touch of the kill one.
Touch of the Umbran is Steel, the
that
cursed
bonkers
unit.
one, right?
It is
Yeah.
completely ridiculous. Given that this deck wants to get to 8, 18 wouldn't be ridiculous. The assumption would be that any pledges that I have could make up for it, basically.
Yeah.
So let's see, what other cards do I not really care about in this deck? Definitely not both Courtiers. I will say, like, play a Relic, draw the top power card of your deck is not bad, but a 0-3 is just not...
Yeah, not great.
Not any good at all. Don't think the Fallen Oni does too much for us.
You are.
You are all the devil on my shoulder. Collective devils.
You keep the Sentinel?
Mostly a question of whether there's better things to get rid of. I like basically all of our top end, I'll admit. So I guess I don't really need him too much. I mean, we're at 19 units right now. It would mostly be the lower stuff. God, we have some absolutely bonkers starters, which is nice. And I mean, it's worth saying that both of these are very aggressive cards. There's that to consider. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops without this one Courtier. Maybe that's okay just to, like, hold them still while we try to get up to our bullshit. I'm okay with that as a thing. Yeah, like, we can absolutely just beat face with the right draws. An Amethyst Acolyte in the right place, a Resolute Monk, the Karandon Steward. This deck definitely has the potential to just do fucking work. So 5 of these 6 are relics, which is nice. We're at 34, 3 of which are powers. If I go to that, how many pledges do I have? So the 2 Infused Guardians and the Tunneling Gargantuan. 3 different pledge cards. Mostly for time, but also for...
Time is your biggest faction.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's definitely a good thing. The hardest one to fix is actually going to be Primal, although we do have the Elysian Banner, the Token of Knowledge, and whatever Primal Sigils we bring with us.
We also have the Stranger.
Yes, and the Elysian Stranger. So I actually feel pretty okay about this power base as a whole. The question is where I'm going to cut 3 things from this deck. God. I mean, the cargo is really, really good for us because that will always be useful.
Yeah.
That's also actually a source, so I feel really good about 17 power with this.
Yeah.
This is basically a Seek power in this deck that turns into a way better than Seek power if we pull it later in the game. Yeah, it is worth asking if Lethrai Lobotomy is worth it. I'm not totally sure. I mean, as far as removal goes, I guess we've got Touch of the Umbran, we've got Display of Knowledge, so maybe that's enough. I especially don't like the whole sacrifice relics piece of it, because it feels really hard to get enough relics to feel comfortable with that.
Egg?
I like Egg as a unit. I mean, I guess it does take 3 turns to get going. It also goes away as a relic after you get your 4/4. That's also fair. Mischief Yeti isn't really doing much for this deck. Want to play slow. We're at 18 units now. I think this deck definitely wants 18 units because it's going to be playing defense a good deal. So mostly, I'd cut the Cauldron, but you'd all hate me.
Yeah. Egg?
Yeah, I cut the Egg. Touch of the Umbran, like, we have to get to 8 to use it, but then once we get to 8, the game's over. Like, we steal their best unit and also play their best unit, and it gets lifesteal. If we get Film Cauldron to go off once, I'm happy with this stream. I accept anything else that happens after that.
Nope. Okay, yeah.
This does get the
yeah.
Aurelian cargo out.
Yeah.
And like this is exactly where you see like Aurelian cargo makes things so much better. And like being able to play both the barrier and the acolyte feels really good here. This plays.
Yep.
It needs the shadow,
that,
but
yeah.
it does, you know, play units down. It has this snow fort to kind of tank me up. I can do a lot of draw things. I feel like a Wisdom of the Elders would have been really good in this deck, but can't win them all.
Yeah.
Yep, this has the cargo. All right, I'm gonna give this deck a shot. I mean, to be fair, we also got a Recano Plate in this deck, which is, or in this draft, which is a really good card in draft that we're not playing.
Yeah.
Because we didn't pick.
No, because it was completely out of our colors. If only we had played Ixton like we always do.
I know. If only I had drafted Ixton. This draft's gonna go 0-3 because I didn't.
No, don't jinx it. Good, our deck is fine.
My phone really wants to tell me about Variety Coffee, which is outside of my workplace.
Loves it. Love the con.
I don't know what it is. For some reason, like when I spend 5 minutes in a place sometimes now, it will just start showing me a notification with like Google reviews of the place. Like for the rest of the day.
Yeah, why not, right? It knows you're, like, it knows you're susceptible. All advertising, all the time.
Basically. You work for an advertising company.
Yeah.
Jeff Kaplan cooking us up a spicy match here.
Yeah.
There we go. Against Belarion. This is so close to keepable.
I know.
Like if she was a blue,
Yeah.
I would absolutely keep this hand, but she's not, and I won't.
Oh, yeah,
this
that's
has
fine.
this dude.
Yeah, and it has the Elysian Stranger for blue. And he can be eaten by a ravenous thorn beast. If you feel so inclined.
Should I wish to?
Oh, hi.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna play this just as a thing, but I'm pretty okay with just this. Pulling out a Primal Sigil, satisfying the base.
Yeah, we're two sources of everything now.
Yep.
The desert gives me strength.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. So what's this? Why is this boy busted?
Look at that in power.
Nice.
He turns into a 5/3 with Overwhelm. That's neat. They didn't have a fast spell. This is so bad that I basically guarantee you when I play a power here that they're going to block it.
Primal or not?
I'd probably end up just playing the Elysian Stranger if I could sneak this out. I think I do that. Doesn't really matter what I pick. I don't know if I'd have done that if I were you. I mean, maybe you got a weapon. I don't know. Turn this into a bad decision for me. You really wanted that chance at drawing a card, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Draw, mister!
I would never draw a
Draw,
Mister.
mister. Yeah, both are big cards.
I know, and we've got most of the power we need, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Feel like trading yet? All right, your funeral.
Nom 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 nom.
Ho ho ho! Now I have a 5/5. You also haven't shown a fast
No,
trick
he
yet.
never draws. He's never drawn in his whole life. Crunch, crunch. Nom nom.
So you got a weapon to play yet? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fairly strong on their part. Lovely. I like having plays. Five, 3. Okay, that's actually pretty.
We forge what we need.
We need what we forge. Alright, let's just draw 2 straight power cards.
Yeah?
That would be lovely.
Yeah?
That would make them very sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping this as a wall. That might not be the right move. I might want to just transform it and start hitting face. Let's see. Wow.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Wow. Yeah, fuck you.
Of course
Wow.
you got flying on the random skill that you rolled. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yep.
When I play Touch of the Umbran, you're a dead motherfucker. Sell out your whole board for this if you're really feeling like it. Not sure I agree with that decision, but hey. Twirly twirly. A low power one time.
1 power.
Power, 1 of time. That's mildly annoying.
Yeah.
Beans.
Nope.
Well, we have 3-ish turns to draw power.
Yeah. Draw 1 power. Come on.
Oh boy, I wonder what your deal is.
Be redeemed.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful.
Yoink. Hey, that unit that you really like? That's mine now.
Mine now.
Oh, that health battle that you were winning?
It's mine now.
That's me winning that now.
Killer.
Yeah, I do that too.
Oh, mwah.
When I reach 8, you're a dead motherfucker.
That's the deck. That should be this deck's name.
Yeah. The, like, 5-5 for 8, 5-5 killer for 8 isn't an amazing stat line, but, like, 5-5 killer is, or 5-5 for 8 is, 5-5 killer is an amazing stat line. 5-5 killer for 8 feels kind of bad. 5-5 killer for 8 that has some more upside beyond that actually feels pretty good if your
Yeah.
deck ever wants to be at 8 power.
Well, if you have a relic, he's got more.
Yep.
And, you know, an 8-8 killer for
Yeah,
8
like the
feels
fact that we
pretty
didn't
good.
see a single relic there is actually
It's
kind of
weird.
surprising.
Yeah.
And I mean, it will happen. It's not
Yeah.
like it's
Oh,
super
yeah.
unlikely that it happens, but for how far into our deck we got, there's a decent chance we do. And like, if he even turns into a 6-6, that's the old predatory Carnosaur.
Yeah.
If he gets bigger than that, he gets kind of scary. But yeah, 5-5 killer in this format will blow up something dangerous on their board. It will like completely swing the way the board
We
works.
just went yoink and nicked their thing they were killing us with.
Touch of the Umbran is A+ if you are not playing in a super aggressive deck. Like, if your deck ever wants to get to 8 power, and Touch of the Umbran is a reason to get to 8 power, it's a great card in draft. Alright, so I mean, we get the fixing for this, but that's already there.
Yeah, we don't have...
There's only 2 powers, the biggest thing here. And, like, not too much to do.
So close. Oh, that's... all our power. We can scout and we can stun.
Yeah, we can like slow people down with this at least. They have a super aggressive
So we
start.
throw out the banner.
Yes. Please don't play an Oni Ronin. That's annoying, but not the worst thing in the world. The Ricano Outlaw they're about to play, that will be the worst thing in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Let's cut you down to size.
I don't have strong feelings about that. Stop ourselves from taking 3 damage. We're definitely getting that rush down. I will at least be able to send this to the bottom of their deck. We'll see if that'll, you know, slow life down enough. Not like an A+ thing, but who knows. Doesn't help that like none of these feel great to play this on. If I can pull my Lumen Defender, I feel really happy about most of this game, but oh god. Yeah, I basically need Lumen Defender or bust at this point.
Yeah.
Trust in the
Units.
shadow.
Units. We got 1 unit.
Oh, most units would not help me. Lumen Defender would help me. They are pretty tiny though, so anything with more than 1 health will also work them.
Yeah, but no.
That though,
Power's what you
little
wanted,
less
right?
so. This really needs to be a Lumen Defender, like really fucking badly.
I don't know, I just need to get things down. Still fucked.
I'll settle for any unit here, which is
Yeah,
why this
any
is going to
unit,
be
yeah.
power. That's slow at least. Like, if I get a unit that can block things reasonably here, I'm in pretty RK shape. And that is certainly a unit that can block things. We'll see if it's enough. If my opponent has, like, any form of rally, the game's just done. This 2/2 is also a huge problem. I would actually really like Touch of the Umbran at some point. Okay, so one of these cards is a Grenadin, one of these cards is question mark. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
No power at least.
Lumen Defender, please. Because, yeah, for every Grenadin that dies, he's doing damage
Ow.
to me. Yeah.
Ah.
All right, then.
Is it enough time?
We'll see. I mean, I'm not dead on board. If one of these 2 cards is a rally, I'm dead. But I imagine if they had the rally, they would have
They'd
attacked
use
in
it.
with everything
Yeah,
last turn and
yeah.
used it. Like it wasn't gonna get better than that. What's better than this? Bunch of guys being dudes.
My sword is
Shit.
yours.
Ouch.
That's an issue, for certain.
That's a problem.
That's an answer.
Yep.
Now we just have to pray that they don't have anything to put on this lady. Okay. I'm not sure I'd be that interested in my
Time
health pool.
heals all.
You got that rally yet? or a weapon to put on her.
Yeah,
Anything that ups
yeah,
her health is me
yeah,
done.
Yeah.
Anything that ups her attack is also me done.
Ouch.
That will do it.
That'll do it.
Ah, damn, we got that close to winning that.
Yeah.
That is a shame.
Yep.
Ah. They pulled basically the best weapon in the format.
Yep.
Damn.
Damn.
We were that close to winning that.
Yep.
Sometimes you decide to take a slightly weak hand and your opponent has a billion Grenadin.
Yep.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
That's got a monk, that's got cargo. It's a very good hand.
Yeah.
Cargo is actually busted, honestly.
The desert gives me strength.
Sometimes you fight the Dave Swarm.
Pity would weaken us.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I like most of these cards I'm drawing, I gotta say. I think there's any relic I really care about right now. I mean, potentially I want to use this as a rapid shot. This is another Empower +1/+1 card. That could also just get Shadow Realmed. Now, granted, I could also do that. I will absolutely do that. Fool that you are. You are taking 5 damage every turn.
We could get the cauldron.
Could grab the cauldron. You're not wrong. I'm not gonna do it, but you're not wrong.
These wings suit me just fine.
God, display of knowledge is so fucking gross in this scenario.
Are you gonna like fling that away?
Trust in the shadow.
Weird, I just did 6 damage to your face. Oh god. Oh!
Oh!
That's permanent!
That's permanent, yeah, it is.
I didn't know that. I did not read this card
yeah.
well enough.
A parting gift.
Ready. Aim.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God, they would have to use every one of their units to kill this guy, and I might actually not take that trade because I don't have... If I had power, it would just be the actual most disgusting thing, but I could just win the game with power.
Time heals.
So I think I sit on this.
Yeah, bit of a crime.
A touch of crime.
Argent Port protects us.
Does it, though?
Getting too old for this.
Hell has overwhelmed it.
That doesn't help. I gotta tell you. Let the bodies hit the floor.
And if he does, yeah, we do have Dark Return.
Yep.
We must hold the Direwood.
Must you, though? Yeah, fuck me up.
Yeah. Woo.
What could go wrong?
Be redeemed.
They're like real close to being able to turn this around, it should be mentioned. That's cute. It's pretty good for them, but all I really gotta do is like attack in with him empowered. They're forced to trade and then I Dark Return. And then bring him back without the curse. Not really sure about that decision, Chief. Take away the thing that might give them lifesteal.
Right? They don't even kill it?
Nope.
Got it!
this guy got bigger,
Yeah, this guy's bigger. He's a
and I
killer.
can play him next
Yeah,
turn.
Yeah, because we have that power stone.
Another glass.
Oh, and we have a bird we can just flop in the air as well. What's the plan?
Good question. And I may kill off this with the 7/7 and then attack probably all in. Because like this is the only thing that actually can block this guy profitably. If one of their 2 cards is a Finest Hour, things get a little weird, but I have a Dark Return to make all of my dead creatures not dead creatures. Seems reasonable. I got 26
We also
health,
have
you
a
fucking
7/7
figure it out.
on the board. Yeah, do something. What do you have? Huh.
That's neat, I guess.
Hold the direwood.
You do manage that, I guess. Not really sure that does much for you, but hey. Are you gonna double block this? I don't agree with that decision even slightly.
Come, step into the shadow.
Hello.
That's at least mildly annoying. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's fun.
Thank you for your gifts.
Honestly, though, I probably actually pull the worm back now that I think about it. The 5 Fun Monk is pretty good, but a worm that is 7/7 with Killer also seems pretty fucking good. Like, they're getting 5 health back from this, I'm clearing their board out, and I'm bringing him back.
Now she gets bigger.
Yep. Yeah, you bwahaha that. Yeah. I have to pee. I'll be right back. That was pretty good, though.
Chest. They're gonna wiggle until he gets back. It's allowing me to open chests now. Oh, hello. Hello. Alright. Oh, 1 upgraded, that's fun. There we go. Wiggling. Wiggly boys, wiggly chest boys. One upgraded to gold.
Ooh. Alrighty. Let's see what we do.
Yeah, I should have kept it.
I don't even know what that card is. Probably legendary.
This deck definitely has a couple of moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the grounding deck we definitely could have beaten, but we had such a slow start.
We were literally 1 turn away from winning that game.
Yeah.
If we had if they didn't have that welding torch and the Valkyrie to play it on, we would have stabilized there and basically started killed their entire board off with the Cersos thing. And that's where you see some value in cryptic etchings. Suddenly you actually know what you're getting, and if you don't like it, you can say, no, I need something better than that. This deck doesn't have anything.
Nope. Uh,
I'm okay with these
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
honestly. We've seen how this thing just ends games.
Yeah.
I think this is better than just going down. And
Yeah,
Carrington Stewart is
yeah.
also a really good 2-drop.
yeah, he is, yep. Oh, and a 3-drop, nice.
A 3-drop that will also help us get up to Tunneling Gargantuan.
Yep.
This went from an acceptable hand to an actively really good hand.
Yeah.
How can I serve?
Quarter.
Can't you?
Another glass.
Another round?
You're alright.
They look scary. Right.
What could go wrong?
I could attack in with this 3-4. I don't really have much interest in doing so. Mostly I want to just kind of stall the game out. Use these for scary things. Like that.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Well, this also kind of incentivizes them to stand down, because, like, I have 2 deadly units here. They're going to need to jump that.
Yeah.
It will be very scary, though. I will give it that. I probably do attack in with him this time, though, because I'm not really doing much else. And the only way they actually get this is by throwing a trick away. Boy, that feels a little bit weird. I'll take it, though. I don't know about any of their methodology there. Even if I didn't have the Dark Return in my hand, I don't know if I would have taken that trade. That was a win condition for you.
Yeah.
I would also say that was a little early, but who am I to judge my opponent? I'm so close to wanting to keep this, but no. I also don't think this courier's very good, just in general.
I don't really have the relic for it either, so...
I don't hate this.
Yeah.
Like, I need to find the blue somewhere, but again, it's sort of like going down in power.
I think blue is our least faction as well.
Might play this Infused Guardian. It feels weird, but I am on 2 power here, and I do have a lot of other things that work really nicely. This is like, I'm right on the edge of this, and I don't know what the correct decision is, but I actually think playing this as power is not the worst not the worst plan here. We have another one. Ah, convenient.
Another glass.
Yeah, the opponent 2-for-1ing themselves on like and with like a card that is actually kind of ridiculous is a bit weird. Okay, my decision was good and correct. For the record.
Yep.
It's just so you all know. This guy will probably be a 3-3 most of the time.
Yeah. And we don't have any like tokens.
No. How much do I care? Not enough. They had a brief waiting there, so they definitely have a trick. Which is good to be aware of. The nice thing is, if they play a weapon on her, I can teleport it away.
Yep.
The annoying thing is that I can't play the Soul Collector here.
For her, yeah. No, we need power.
Power would be nice, just as a general thing. Of course, the teleport would let me play it next turn. It was kind of worth noting that. I think at this point I will take this, and if they decide to trade for a trick, that's fine. They don't have one.
We pass judgment.
Alright, unfortunately at this point I don't really have a choice. I have to do this so I can play the Soul Collector next turn. I probably should have done that last turn. I got a little bit greedy there. Just how it be sometimes.
Yep.
Alright, so they did just pull a trick in their last turn there.
Yeah.
So that's
Location,
fun.
42 by 23.
Okay, that's nice.
Thank you for your gifts.
Thank me for my gifts. If they want to double trade there, I get this and, you know, kill off that.
Yep.
They get a soldier, which is fun, but... Ooh.
No, that's
terrifying.
scary.
That's gonna get Touch of the Umbrand.
If we ever get there.
Nope. I do get this as a stabilizing tool,
yeah.
but I extremely need
Power.
to get some power. Is nice. Also worth noting, the more things die, the more she gets pumped up.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a touch of the Umber in her bust right now.
Yep.
Time heals all.
Although if I do touch the Umbran, they bust pretty hard. It should be noted.
Thanks. Yep.
Doesn't do much for me.
Bust.
Yeah, I think we're dead here.
Yeah, we're bust. 2-turn clock, and
Our
I
steel
don't know if
is
we have
sharp.
anything that kills that. Oh, and they might just... Yeah, there we go. We're dead. We're dead in 1 turn.
Alright.
That's fine.
Their
It
deck is
happens.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Our deck is close there. Like, this touch of the Umbran could have done it for us, but they were moving, and them getting that up in the air and
Yeah,
just smacking us to death. Like, we've had 2 opponents play Bear Arms on us so far.
Yeah.
Turns
yeah,
out,
it's
that's
a
an
good
okay
It's
card.
a good card.
Weird. Alright, this deck is 3-2 now. Can't feel bad about a Masters player drafting a good deck and killing us with it.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
That is the sort of thing that makes me want to have held. Like it. I actually think like looking back on that holding the teleport to try to get more value for it when I knew they were an Ixton deck, or not Ixton, Winchest, but I knew they were a Winchest deck, was a pretty good plan. We just didn't get the option of holding it for long enough to have been able. Like if we had teleported that away, they wouldn't suddenly have the threat that could kill us instantly.
Yeah.
We would have been able to kill off the Bear Arms and get rid of their 4-cost air unit.
Yeah.
It could potentially have slowed them down enough, but basically we didn't get the option to do that because we
needed to
couldn't play. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. This doesn't play. This doesn't come close to playing.
No. We keep seeing our 8s in our opening hand. Which
Fuck!
Is, oh shit.
Ugh, God.
It doesn't. It puts the Scorpion down and that's it.
So close to wanting to keep this, but. Oh, I don't regret that. Oh, this does have a steward in it.
Yeah. We can't get all our influence.
Yeah, and it does have our times. Like, that's kind of the nicest thing about it. They also
Okay,
didn't play something
that's
on 1, which
very
is
good.
nice.
That's very...
Another glass.
Not having my throat jump down is generally a good thing. Alright, that does do nice things for me. I also could play this Lumen Defender, which means I can
Yeah.
sit there until good cards appear.
Yeah.
Like, this is the walliest hand I could possibly have.
Yeah.
I'd love to get some other plays eventually. Granted, getting to 8 power is basically this deck's whole MO. Oops, all deadly. Honestly, if they attack in here without putting anything on that, I'd probably let them do it.
Hello. Wake up. There.
Don't care about that.
Time heals all.
Like, they've stopped the imminent pressure to their face, but little do they know, my deck doesn't really care about that.
Yeah.
The coast will need me.
They're pulling it now.
While I have a relic.
Okay.
Probably should have just played him there, honestly.
Ouch.
Eh. Only 1 turn. And I can get rid of that. Nice to have. Yeah, probably just get rid of that most imminent threat. Like, they did 6 damage to me, but now I've got 24 health. Oh, baby!
Oh,
It's
yeah.
time! I'm not going to throw away this boy, though.
No. He's now an 8/8 killer.
Very impressive. I agree. Random person.
Oh, he's so close.
The move!
The move.
We now see one of the bigger problems with this card. That's right, I'm walling even harder. Fuck you. Can you stop an 8/9? I didn't think so.
You tracking when you're like the 1/6 as well?
Not the
Hold it back.
1/6. So they'll spend something if they really want to kill this sloth. Didn't think so.
For queen and clan!
Okay,
Hi.
so they're gonna put something scary on that, and that's fun. Oh, that's lovely. Sure.
You can give it quick +2 and quick draw and kill.
The only thing about that is I worry that they'd put a spell on it.
Want to hold it for putting on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm okay with trading that one for one there. Like, I'm clearing their board off here. Yeah, they're at 9 power right now.
Glory in battle.
You're not going to attack in and berserk that, though. The other nice thing about it is if they find something that can actually kill this guy, Display of Knowledge says, actually, no, you didn't. So I can just hold it.
How'd you save your,
I think I do that. Want to pour more cards into that?
Shadow.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
J-dabs. Alright, deck is officially over 50%.
hooray! Whoop, 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 whoop.
Guaranteed. Yeah, they definitely flooded pretty hard there at 9 power. They had more power than we had, and we're playing a deck that enjoys having power.
And we had the pot, but we didn't use it.
I didn't use it because the cards I had were too good for the pot.
They were too good for the pot.
I'm not throwing away those cards for 5 turns from now getting a worse card, a bunch of worse cards. I would have, if I had any cards that I wasn't using there, I would have fed them to the pot, sure. All of those cards were good.
But we did finally see the pot.
We did see the pot, yes.
Sacrifice the pot to the pot.
I could sacrifice the pot to the pot. I could have made a tasty stew, yes. That's all I would have gotten out of it.
Pot was nice for boosting our worm, although the other relic we got also did.
Yes.
But he did boost our boy, and we were like,
What's the other?
yes!
Oh, what was the other? Snowfort. Yeah,
Snowfort.
they boosted him by the same amount. Yeah, the pot did turn the worm into an absolute terror. You could argue the Snowfort also did that, but... and that the pot was completely irrelevant to that game, but I might rackle some hackles. Rankle some hankles? God. So this is sort of exactly where, like... I don't really want to ever pledge this guy for all the
Yeah.
things we've seen. Like, I'm okay pledging the other ones, because they can win games. This guy will win games. Which means that we only get 2 of our power. We do have the Steward. Too much has to go on for that to be good.
No,
Now
that's-
Tane I can get
Yeah.
into.
Yep. Yep. We grab time from that token.
Yep. Ah, they took the risky redraw there.
Well, it's trying his best. Trying real hard. We do have the influence for our girls, though. That's also very good.
The desert
lovely.
gives me strength.
Thank you for your gifts. Ooh, you're about to take 5 damage to the face. With a chance at a 4-4 eventually. Oh god, this dude is so good here too. The more that I'm playing with Seasoned Spelunker here, the more that I like him, like, a lot.
Yeah. Oh, he's ramped for us in this deck,
Yeah,
too.
and like, this deck getting to 8 feels real good. Him being a 5-5 feels real good. This is absolutely the best Aurelian knowledge deck I've seen so far. So they're ramping, and I will grant them that just did give them a Striped Arachnodon. I don't think I give much of a shit, though.
Nope, pay 4 for it now.
That was a pretty good move on their part. I like that
Yeah.
as a thing.
I think Pack Beast would also be good in this deck.
Oh, this deck would love Pack Beast, I think. Just early game stuff. I think Pack Beast is still a pretty good card. The ramp that you get off of it, like permanent ramp and within the same turn, like active power ramp is always pretty strong. I see, we're playing the camel deck. Wow. I mean, I get it, but also, wow. Alright. So this would get us up to 6 power. I think I still just want to get thanked for my gifts, probably.
Thank you for your gifts.
They're at 9 health now, which is, you know, lovely. Oh, 10 health, my bad.
What is Cerso's choice to actually? Can they just other deep? No.
Got it!
Fine by me. If you don't want your board and you want this to be a 4-4 and also I have this flyer in the air, I'm okay with all of those decisions you just made. E?
One more power. What you got? Lightning
Gurun
strike?
form. Another parry. Fascinating. This doesn't do anything to it. Yeah, I get the Aegis. That's fine. Mostly irrelevant, to be honest. Now I have a 5-5. And if I pull one more power...
Yeah, one more power.
Well, that ain't power, but it does do work.
33. Oh, that is...
Enjoy being at 2 health. Yeah, so that is not their face,
Yeah,
for the
no.
record. I did want to check that.
You know, go up to 3, but that's...
I mean, that's neat and all, but I still have the 5-5.
Yeah.
I would just like it to be noted. Alright, now I know you don't have any cards. That's fun.
Hi. Camel?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, really doesn't matter.
They die no matter what.
Yeah.
They
Both
just...
their units die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh ho ho. Now I have 12 attack on the board. This deck has moves. This deck definitely has moves.
Yeah, rip camels.
Rip camels. Rip camel case. I guess the thing about this deck is that it has enough good early game moves, but can also, like, that it threatens people. Like, they were down to, like, 5 health at one point in that match.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't, but, like, early decks often run out of steam.
Yeah.
But this one, like, has a bit of a lull, but then when you get up high enough, it's just
This ends the game.
I love being high up, too. What are you gonna do about it?
Has really good end game cards, has really good in the middle of the game cards. I really like that Infused Guardian, the 4/4 for 5 with the Awakened Students in Power, +1/+1 permanent. Because, like, it plays in the middle of the game and turns into a giant threat, and it even pledges if you absolutely need that. This doesn't play even slightly.
No. This
has the Karandon Steward. Doesn't have any time. Might have shenanigans. I'll regret this! I can't cut funding. It has the best card. By God, what have I done?
Argenport protects us!
Well, at least the steward's gonna come back.
Yeah, Steward's having fun. Ooh.
I don't think it's gonna help me, but...
What do they have that can act? I mean, there's not really anything in green.
Not so much. Oh. So that's not a card on its own. That means that whatever card they just drew...
Something gave a treasure trove.
Generated a treasure trove for them.
And 2 stewards, which is really nice.
2 stewards is about as strong an opening as you can have,
You throw him down, put a power, and
That's fine. Alright, with them having to spend that and also losing most of their bid there. So eventually we're really gonna have to find that yellow, but the game has not adequately punished us for that yet.
Another glass.
Hey, what if I just keep having these guys?
Yeah?
Just
yeah.
a thought.
I know, right?
You say that, Dragon. I don't really have a good thing for you. They're gonna power this up. I'm really trading him for a... Weird. You have like a 1 damage ping? That just feels like a waste to me, but hey.
Alright.
You do you.
Down. Then power.
It doesn't really matter the order that I play him. It's mostly the other stuff that I'm doing this turn.
Yeah.
Power.
Another glass.
It's like, do I want to play a Twilight Raptor to kind of credibly block that? Do I want to just stun that instead? I think I'll give the blocker in the way here.
Forward, soldiers!
Alright, well, that is getting sent to the bottom of the deck.
Eventually.
Someday. The nice thing that this does at least do is tell that to fuck off. You know, gives me some time to hopefully find that time.
Attacking with that and the bird?
Yeah, I think so. They'll attack in with their 1/1. If they have a weapon to put on her, I'm a little sad, but it's not like I could have done much with that anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
Oh, throw down your cauldron. Woo!
Yeah, baby, it's Caldarian Cauldron time. When I get a time power, you're a dead motherfucker. I happily trade the 1/2 here if they really want to.
Yeah.
If they have that fast spell that makes her invincible, I'm a little bit sad, but only a little bit. Because, like, damn, dude, that's plays.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's no way you actually do.
God.
When I hit 8 power, you're a dead motherfucker.
Do we sacrifice something now, or do we not bother?
I mean, the problem is, like, all of these cards will do things, and, like, this will not... If I throw away one of these cards, it won't do something until 5 turns from now,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep.
This is why Caldarian Cauldron fucking sucks. Like, I just want it known that all of these cards are more useful to me like this,
we haven't
in their
gotten any
unplayable
power
way, in
in
their
a long
unplayable,
while.
like, state, then this card is here.
That's a trick. Right?
They have a trick. I'm gonna do this so that they don't have a reason to play lifesteal on it. Like, yeah, exactly.
We will rebuild.
So like this sort of hurts their value, although they do have another fast spell. Neat. Alright, that's fair enough.
Oh my god.
Eventually you'll be a dead motherfucker. He's throwawayable. It doesn't do anything for me, but I could throw him away.
Probably wouldn't. Up to you, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I need to find 4 more cards I'm okay with throwing away in this entire deck. It gains me 1 life, yes. Shit. We're just dead.
This was a hand. Oh my god.
He finally has ambush.
Any fucking time.
Just for you all. Yeah.
Jesus, we didn't draw any time or
Yep.
power.
Or power in general.
I'm stuck on 4 for ages.
Yep. Yeah, like we have this Touch of the Umbran that can win us the game. Oh,
Shit.
neat. Yeah, so that's the dragon that everyone hates.
We were no. This. Yeah. No. No.
So for the record, we'd still be dead here even if I started sacrificing immediately, and we would have thrown away 4 of the 5 required cards to get 5 spells that we wouldn't be able to play.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
That's a fucking card.
Yeah. I think that's the card everyone hates.
Oh, that's the one that drew a treasure trove.
Yep.
Just never got
Yeah.
power.
I honestly, like, if we had taken a time sigil there, I think we could have won that, even with the ridiculous
Yeah.
bullshit they were playing.
Yep.
Still, I don't feel bad about, what was that, a 5 and
That
3?
was a good draft. Yeah. Very good draft.
And that was like the first time I had a successful non-instant draft, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Nice. Take 2.
Yeah,
Take
I
2.
mean, this did so much work for us, and once again, even if we're only in 2 of those colors, like, fixing for 2 of our 3 colors is really good. Like, this is really, really good in an Aurelian deck, but it's actually pretty good as well in the time primal. What is the third one? Fire? EP? Yeah. And the Xenon time thing. There's basically, like, there's 3 of the separate 5 factions that this works really well in. So fuck it. First pick Aurelian Cargo, part 2. Flying, other units. Who the fuck passed this?
Wow.
What was the better uncommon card than that? Fuck this. Excuse me.
Yeah. You're going blue.
A 5/5 flying unit for 6 on its face is incredible.
It's sad that Bear Arms is not in either.
I might still take it. I don't give a
Steward's
fuck.
there though.
Yeah, I guess that is another Karandon Steward.
Is really good. We
Yeah,
saw
wow, this
Steward
is
do a lot of work.
this right here over all about this is pretty fucking good, I gotta say.
Steward?
FTP, Yenev, yeah, Fire Time Primal. Probably. Let's see, we've got Display of Vision here, which has Temporary Plague, play a power of your choice from your deck, and kill an attachment on an enemy. Which 3 fairly awkward ones.
There's Token.
Token of Knowledge. There's this Porcelain Mask, which is your units have Overwhelm, and it also lets you see their hand. Like, the whole... The silence is quite strong in general, but silence, like, a thing in hand means that you
really
also get the
good.
knowledge of every unit that's in their hand
Pretty
right
good
now.
relic for 2.
So if we are doing Relics Matter, I don't feel awful about that. I don't think it's a
That's- yeah.
great relic, but, like just because often relics can have...
A lot longer reaching effects.
They need to be... You really want a relic to really do something great when it lands, to be, or at least like or either do something great when it lands, or do something great way later in the game. And this game, this thing sort of does something pretty okay in both of those cases. I'm okay with it though, especially as an early pick. Fill an attachment, draw a card. Oblivibots, Astromancer's Compass might be pretty
Another
good.
Scorpion.
I think I might take a compass over a scorpion. Although we did see like just the walling up effects of the having the steward and the lumen defender and the scorpions.
Yeah.
I might go compass here. We've seen that Deadeye be pretty good. This Power Breach Sentinel is legit as fuck though.
Yep.
It's World Bearer Behemoth at common,
Yep.
which is it's all right. We got this Lethrai Courtier. We've seen Pack Beast, Hideaway. Once per turn, pay 4 to give one of your elves +2 attack. Summon, play an elf. Alrighty. Pretty happy with the Pack Beast there. We've got a bear with wings.
Adorable. A sloth.
Another sloth. I will say the ambush while you have a relic is slightly awkward. The stat line's still
The
nice.
stat line's.
I would say though, relic matter. This is probably the better card because like removal is really good.
This is better
Also,
for
oh my
going
god,
relic, yeah.
I just noticed that that's Cat Burglar in the art in this, being surprised by this honeypot.
That's good. We already have like
That
a couple of
owns.
relics, so last
Yeah.
time we saw her, we didn't really have any relics.
I feel like sort of the Mace of the Sky King, Club of the Sky King is probably fine, and I don't really care about. I mean, this is actually a pretty good card to have fallen this far, and is also definitely worth consideration.
Like me a good club. Love me a big old club. Another honeypot, scavenge.
Let's see. How into honeypot am I versus the potential like to splash red or green?
Tokens, I guess, as well.
And having tokens for attacks and stuff is nice. I don't know if this deck is necessarily going to be into that, but
I really want 2 honeypots.
But that's the thing. Like, I actually do think honeypot can potentially be pretty good.
Especially
Like,
in
if
a
we
relic
have
deck, yeah.
if we have the compass up, honeypot is a cheaper alchemical blast. If we have porcelain mask up, it's a torch. And we have 3 packs worth to pick cards. I think honeypot is probably pretty good. Also, if we have improvised club up, it does 10 damage. It does 9 damage. Sadly, just to a unit, but this one, pledge, pay 2, exhaust him, and sacrifice another unit to draw a card. That's potentially pretty decent. Like, I do a lot of things to draw a card. A 1/4 for 3 is also actually pretty good, and I don't know if I want 2 8
don't
cost
really want
6 weapons.
2
So
clubs, yeah.
finally,
You want the
replicator
replicator engine.
All right, so what are we looking at here? Stone Scar Magus can potentially be pretty good in a deck that just wants to chill. Bold Adventurer is just the card. Yeah, I like it over a second club because it, again, like if this was a blank 1/4, it would still probably be better than a second 8 cost 6/6 weapon. Just because 8 is so much. And even though like a 6/6 relic weapon is huge, having 2 of them this early kind of pushes other good things out of my deck.
Adventure.
Anyway,
Gust?
Violent Gust is also certainly a worthy consideration.
Highland Eye was kind of busted.
Doesn't actually, it gives give a unit with flying +2/+2 and overwhelm. It tends to be a bit tough. I don't think it was in set 4, but I think set 4 draft, but I think if it was, it probably would have been pretty alright, just because flying was a pretty strong thing.
Gonna go for a solid 2.
Yeah, it's basically like a solid 2 or a 4 that can actually stall out really well. It was mentioned that it works pretty well with Sadistic Ritualist.
Yeah.
Draw a card
That's
and
true,
also smack an
I'm
enemy.
gonna go for it. We have a pack
It's-
beast.
Yeah, we do have some decent 2s. I don't hate that. That's a Crown Watch Paladin. I might go off thing and pick that to see if Rain is open in this.
There's predators in.
Predator's Instinct is also a pretty good card, admittedly. Probably be one of these 2. Like, this is just such a good card.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no a lot of the time.
Flash.
Yeah, it's sort of like Splash Green or even just like green.
Yeah.
I forget what the
Flashing blue.
one of these days I really need to actually memorize the 5 colors or the
Yeah.
5 triplets. because it would be useful to know what these ones have as their doubles. Because I think Xenon, the yellow and purple, has green as its third. That's also a potential thing. The question just being if it's like worth potentially getting that over a Predator's Instinct.
Oh yeah, Replicator Engine is definitely a structured card.
It's a very silly card, yes. You want to just find a way to like pull a billion Replicator engines out of your deck.
Instinct is definitely the...
Yeah, like Instinct is a good card. It is removal, and I've mentioned removal is quite good in this format. Crown Watch Paladin is also just a really good card, though.
Grabber.
Let's see, well, we immediately get paid off with a Finest Hour. Marin Archaeologist is potentially pretty good. Other than that, the Seek Power is also quite good, but I'm okay just grabbing a Finest Hour and saying, fuck it. Wow, that's a Ruination Sledge just chilling out there. Not really huge on most of the cards except this Ruination Sledge in this pack. I might just take the Snowcrust Yeti or the Territorial Elf. Neither of which I feel fits in our deck very much. There's always the outside case for Lockhorns, but I also don't think Lockhorns fits in the deck very much. Someone let an Infernus drop this far. It's kind of between this Tower Top Patrol and the Sandglass Parma. I think the Patrol is somewhat better. Like, it plays defense just disgustingly well. Ooh, boy. Do I want a Yennev Merchant to market out my, a Honeypot or something? I guess we don't... Or even, like, that Shalu Captain. Or do I want to Seek Power? Worth noting, Yennev Merchant was recently nerfed to a 2-2 from a 3-2. The Found Banner is also not a bad thing, but if I'm taking that, I probably just want the Seek Power instead. That Copperhall Porter falling down is also a pretty good sign. Like, maybe this deck is just Time Justice Shadow, TJS. Merchant always feels pretty good. I'm just not 100% sure I have the cards that make me really, really want it over, like, a Seek Power. I think Merchants in Draft are generally quite good because they allow you to pull some bullshit. But maybe with this 2-2 Aegis for 3, it becomes a much less potent thing. It is wild that a Merchant dropped this far. Like, that might say something about how people think about the newly merged Yennev Merchant. Newly nerfed Yennev Merchant. Pretty happy seeing a Seek Power, though. Don't really care about most of these. Like, District Infantry and Mithril Base are pretty good cards, which is another sign that maybe I just say fuck it and go Justice here. Fine with a Parma. Don't really care about most of these cards, but Vulture does exist. This choice is fine, even though we didn't actually end up playing it the whole game.
Yeah.
As Drake, Helm Banner. Alright, Helm Banner. That's a changey stick. Other than that, we've got just Tower Top Patrol. Yeah, that's a changey stick. That's a fucking Cloud Stake saddle. Do we have the balls to play that? Probably not. It'd be great on a Tower Top Patrol, but...
Etchings?
There is Cryptic Etchings, which would be good for any of our thoughts on relics. It might just be the Dark Return, though. Like,
good, though, yeah.
This might just not be so much of a relic deck. We haven't gotten too many massive relic payoffs, to be honest. Like, we've got Honeypot. But I think that might actually be good.
Yeah.
As far as, like, really good payoffs. Cards. So I'm happy with the Dark Return.
Is a good
I want a
card,
Cryptic Etchings in this deck, but I want a Dark Return more in this deck, and I think that's the way to put it. Yeah, I could turn the 6 mana 5/5 flying into an 8 mana, into an 8 mana 8/8. Cloudstake Saddle is really good. It should be mentioned. Vara's Choice is just annoying as fuck. I'm pretty happy to see one of those.
Yeah.
Jotun Hurler is pretty good. This is also quite a good pack for fire, incidentally. Mostly the Acolyte and the Heavy Axe. Twin Barrel can potentially pull some shit. It's between these two, though. Jotun Hurler, LSV's favorite card. How many units do I have?
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably not 12. Yeah, we're in a bit of a weird place for units, especially because those are stretched across different colors. Now, granted, Hurler is currently an off color in our set. Like, we don't really know. And yeah, Justice seems to have just flown the coop on us here.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of between the Etchings and the Hurler. I think Hurler's a bit more value overall. Spear Diver can be quite good. Valkyrie Arcanist can be quite good. Predator's Instinct can also be quite good. Particularly on something like the Power Breach Sentinel or the Hurler, so I probably am pretty happy to just grab that removal while it's still available.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of removal. Alright, the arm is shifting back into this being an Aurelian deck again with blue.
Oh god, yeah, we're seeing quite a few like really good fire cards.
Yeah, there's also been just some packs with just ridiculous fire, I gotta
Etchings are
say.
nice, though.
Wow, that's a Crown Watch Longsword. It's kind of between the Vulture and the Gruon form. I don't really care about either of them, though. Really use some 3s in this deck, I gotta admit. The Elysian Stranger's nice. Alright, so we've got another Token of Knowledge. Probably just gonna take this Steward and not look back, though.
Steward good.
Pretty happy with that as a thing.
God knows we don't really have fixing for anything. Look, 2 tokens we'd both really like. Vision and Knowledge.
Jesus, that's a power.
Deadly Endurance, Pledge, and Power plus...
If I was in those 2 colors, I would take that immediately.
Yeah.
This is sort of, I guess, between Eternity Core and Barrel Through at this point. I'm not sure how many payoffs we have for relic cards, but I guess I would probably pick them higher if I had this Eternity Core.
Yeah.
Barrel Through's really good, but as has been pointed out, we really don't have much justice right now.
No.
Or much to do with justice right now. We have this Seek, which is really good. And outside of that, there's just not too much.
Nothing. Yeah.
Just shown up. Pledge 4/2, Relic Weapon, and Power +1/+1. That is potentially terrifying.
Basically stick that guy's effect on a weapon.
Yep. Sandcrawler is a 3-cost unit, and as I have mentioned, 3-cost anythings are kind of nice right now. My current set of things. Not Replicator Engine though.
Nope.
Nothing
here, I'm all that.
Probably just take an Ivysaur. Hate it. Mob Rule also has a small chance of being alright, but I think there's enough removal in this deck.
The Pompous Historian. That's right, Intimidator did a little bit of work.
Could potentially be a card, yeah. Okay, with a Pack Beast.
Be Gone or...
Ooh, Be Gone is also a pretty strong potential option.
Green. They're only fixing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That and
flying
Seek
on
Power.
relic. We're relics. Turn me pay 2 to give one of your units unblockable, sacrifice.
The sacrifice part is the part that's
yeah,
tough
it's
there.
a problem. Sloth.
Sloth is playable and also costs
Pack
3.
Beast.
I'm not sure this deck is going to be good, but... probably not the worst thing I've ever played. God, I feel so bad because I actually really like most of the Justice cards, but as was kind of correctly pointed out, I mean, I've got the the
It's a
Seek
spell,
Power
Seek Power and Be Gone, yeah.
and Be Gone to fix for it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And even though the payoffs on those would be absolutely massive, it just doesn't look like we're getting there.
Yeah, we'll probably need those two. I think for our 3. 6 for 3. You start a little cautious. Yeah.
Yeah, Snow Crest Yeti probably is the deck. Actually, probably I'm okay with Intimidator. With I think I have enough flying unit. Not the worst thing. World. Price Club might be too expensive for this deck.
Make sure to get rid of the Runic Protector too. This is a weird.
Oh, this is gonna be a real weird deck. $22.
How do we win?
That is a wonderful question.
We have a little bit of ramp.
Could just be put something into the air with flying and kill them with it. Does deck care at all about Eternity Core? I don't think so. Would really want that worm. Our 3s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More 3s than I was actually expecting to see. So I probably don't feel awful throwing away the fledgling Avisaur in this deck because I don't think he's gonna get too much.
No, you really want to stick a weapon on him.
Mm-hmm.
Make him a big boy.
Yep.
Or they have them.
The core is very nice with the honey pots. I do agree. Like maybe it makes it back into the deck. I'm not sure. This guy is certainly a win condition. Worth it. It's a 3/1 flying, which is okay, but not amazing. 6/4 on the ground. I don't know if there's anything that I'd feel real good about removing, so maybe I just get rid of him.
How are we running this deck?
Good question. We have the Seek and the Aurelian Cargo. So like probably 16? If I had to make a random guess. That Umbral Edge is 2.
17 at the minute.
2. Yeah. This deck is definitely somewhere between a lot of aggressive tools and a lot of passive tools. I'm not sure where it lands on that. I also have no idea which of these I want to get rid of. I get rid of the invader here.
I might just not do enough here.
Yeah, like I like him. If he gave permanent buffs, I would love him for the like Tower Top Patrol and the Sirocco Glider and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know. Be Gone is sort of interesting because it's like it is removal, but I don't know if it's good enough removal. That goes. And then I still have to cut 2 cards from this deck somewhere. Last Parma, maybe?
Yeah. That's insane.
Like, it ramps us, but I don't know that we have much to, like, ramp up to. I think once we hit 6, we're pretty much fine, and like the Pack Beast helps ramp us, which is nice, but it also provides us with body.
Yep.
I'm still not sure if I want to bring the core back into this. It would basically be specifically for the honey pots.
Yeah.
Then I still have like 2 cards to cut here. Don't know what they would be. Like maybe I cut 1 honey pot. If so, my removal ends up being Vara's Choice, Circe's Choice, Predator's Instinct, and then potentially like Changey Stick. You go with the Umbral Edge as well. Like you don't really want to use that the turn it's done, but if you can play some defense, it actually gets pretty scary.
Yeah.
So I cut an Eternity Core in one of the honey pots. That could potentially work. This deck has a very decent chance to just crash and burn. I will say that from the onset. Yeah.
Power.
It does have Seek. It has the Pack Beast, which does mean that it plays 2 powers the next turn, and maybe something comes out of that. As a redraw, it's not the most dire thing. That does draw with the Cargo and then plays. We shall see. This deck might, maybe.
Might just crash out. We'll see.
I don't have the kind of confidence that I had with the previous one. I'll
Yeah.
certainly tell you that much.
Yeah, the previous deck was a better one.
This might just hold the line long enough for me to want to keep it. But I guess then the question is, what does it play into?
Okay.
Now Tane I can get into. Worth noting, we are generally looking to get to 2 in each power because the Cargo is actually much better in its secondary state.
I haven't seen it yet.
Another glass.
Yes, we didn't get a chance to play the Contraband.
Our steel is sharp.
Yeah, it is. Play the Seek power
So you want a
first.
Shadow.
Shadow here, yeah. Make them think that we don't have, the stuff that we have. Make them unclear whether we just played the power that we did or not. Just gives them less information on our hand. I mean, if you really, really want to play your fast spell on them, that's fine. And if you don't, I'm a bit confused, but
Choose
hey.
your side.
Who am I to judge? They didn't even get a pause there. I'm kind of surprised they attacked in. I feel like you hold that back. I mean, I'm definitely the more aggressive party here right now, but... Okay.
Alright, there you go.
That's perfectly fair, as these things go. Power is what I need.
Power's what you got.
Yeah, and the only unfortunate thing is
Yep.
play. Okay, we've lost this
We
game.
lost, yep.
That card is ridiculous bonkers.
Yeah.
I need a changey stick right now.
Nope.
I have some bad news. That's not a changey stick. Alright, yeah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't take that if I were them.
No way, right?
Lovely.
That's where all our power
Boy, we got all of those real good cards. Yeah, fuck you.
Oh,
We got all
flooded.
those really low power hands in the draws and redraws. And then we flood extremely hard.
in a not very high power deck.
Yep. I mean, we did play the Seek power, so like
Yeah.
we were essentially a 17 power deck there.
But
But yeah, the flooding to 8-ish, definitely a bit unexpected there. This deck definitely doesn't have the explosive potential that the other one did, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really have the inevitability that the last deck did. Like,
yeah.
generally speaking, really explosive decks that can just have super swingy turns tend to be really good in draft formats. Hello, Trevor. It has a changey state. It doesn't have anything else, but it does have a changey state. I don't know where all this power is coming from.
Right?
Our deck doesn't have power in it.
No.
Wish I wasn't going first here. Thinking with this.
Get the action.
It's better than going down a card. It's always like when you're looking at your second mulligan, it's like, would I prefer to have this or would I prefer to like play a card?
Nice.
Yeah, it is good to have a unit
We
to
shall
play.
find the way.
The compass is also nice. Gives me something to do.
This'll do the trick.
Do the trick. At least a little bit scary.
Ha!
Did it in the wrong order that time. Don't think it'll make too much of a difference.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see them.
Icy wiener.
Scout next turn. I mean, depending on what card we draw.
Our steel
Yeah,
is
it's mostly
sharp.
down to if I have anything else to spend it on.
Oh. And the one thing we don't have influence for.
What do you know? That is not in the plan.
That only gives it for your turn, right?
Yes.
Ah, an unexpected find.
Alright, they ramping. We are just gonna get blown out by the world's largest mighty strikes, so that's fun. Still not really doing much for us. And this is certainly an issue with Astromancer's Compass in this deck, where if I'm not on the offensive, it doesn't do anything. Alright, so next turn they can ramp up to even higher, which is fun. Yeah, motherfucker! I have a sloth! That seems pretty okay. Good. Actually really good, huh? Wow. They are just gonna give that to me, huh?
Yeah.
Save, yeah, you're gonna save that with your Gruen form. Mighty Strikes? You gonna spend a Mighty Strikes? Ah, Meditation. That makes her give it, doesn't it?
Axes up.
Ooh, that owns. I like that. Don't really want to bring him back.
That's terrifying.
Our steel is
It's a little scary. They did just play their enabler there. Oh, I guess they also do have another enabler.
How at one cost?
No idea.
I searched the Shadowlands and found my way.
Oh, you make me want to scout. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. Especially if you Dark Return him. He gets a
Yeah.
lot of value out of that. Maybe eventually I'll finally start attacking in with my 1/5. Totally sure what that spell
The one
is.
cost six,
The one
yeah.
cost in one of those colors. I don't have all the one costs memorized anymore because I'm a terrible person.
Attacking with 1/5? Bigger than attacking with it.
Good question. They want to spend like a spell they're holding to kill off this slot, that's fine by me. If they don't, then I go up. That's nice. Okay, that's of course it was a meditation. It was the thing they already played on us.
Yep.
I mean, the thing I don't care about with that too much is that I do still have this guy. Like that's
steel
quite
is
large,
sharp.
and that is certainly intimidating, but like I block it with this, make it smaller. I Dark Return, make it smaller. Generally just a pretty good thing for me overall. Plus, I'm doing 3 damage in the air every turn. Okay, you do have a lightning strike, so that's good to be aware of. Right.
More in the air is nice.
You enjoy being in the air.
Seems to be our only win con at the minute.
Yep.
Could also let the ice sprite die in dirt.
That's true. I do kind of actually like the damage it represents in the air, though.
Yeah.
Kind of an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Lady, I'm gonna need you to calm down very slightly. Not incredibly relevant to me. Alright. I think I want to play the Vulture this turn so the Magus doesn't happen. I probably Dark Return this turn though, and if I am doing that, I probably want to just maximize my damage. So if they do have a Lightning Strike, I do want to make her more powerful, because then I don't waste the Astromancer's Compass. Worth noting, Snowball can also potentially get me across the line here.
Yep, mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 1 short of lethal next turn.
we've thrown down the Magus anyway.
Let's go.
Yep.
Throw down the Magus. Hold one of the flyers back as well.
Yes, I think I hold the 1/5 back. The question being whether we do it with play the Stone Scar Magus or the Jotun Hurler. I guess we could also hold the 1/2 back with the expectation that she dies, because there isn't a good block for the.
Yeah.
Let's make that as the play. I'm also about to get lightning struck, which is mildly unfortunate. Interesting. I'm sort of between just playing this guy down and playing this guy down, because he doesn't technically do much right here. Whereas this actually threatens to trade out with that guy. If I had something else to do with the power, I'd probably do it otherwise, but...
For Umbrella, I just been saying that. What were you?
I know. And our power sort of just stopped at 5. If they finally spend a trick to keep that 5/4 alive, I'm pretty happy. Would really also just love if they didn't put themselves into range with Lightning Strike. Would love if they spent 4 of their 5 power or something like that.
Problem?
Not if we pull that fucking power.
Ah.
That's also nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Unfortunately, we can't get him this turn.
I might. Yes, actually. Maybe I do just play the Magus and play defense. Mostly because he threatens to kill the 2/2.
Yeah.
It is... Okay, yeah, that's just a 2/2 flyer. They don't get anything else out of that.
Yeah. Ball in the back pocket.
I'm also debating attacking in with the 2/1. Although if I was going to do that, I would have wanted to do that the previous turn. Terrifying.
Absolutely.
I love it. This is the shit that I live for.
Choose here.
Oh yeah. I mean, we get lethal if they don't have a lightning strike and something else to put in front of us.
Let's go.
Thank you. They should have realized that we won the game there, huh?
Yeah.
They've seen the hurler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, tense.
Wowee.
Tense. Tense.
that was terrifying.
That was terrifying.
We didn't even get gold for it.
We got a win. We got a win.
We did get a win with this deck.
I'm happy for that.
I can't believe we got a win with this deck.
No.
Death by Snowball.
Snowball.
The finest of deaths.
Oh, shit.
The zero cost counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counters a 1-cost spell. I mean, I guess the thing that we had them there when we played the Magus was that they couldn't attack in with their big guy, and we had threats in the air, which meant that if we didn't deal with it that way, we would have dealt with it another way. We might actually have just had them in checkmate there.
I think the 2/5 flyer as well.
The 2/5 flyer that they didn't even know about also could have, probably would have just pushed us into the win if they couldn't have gotten a kill for us.
Yeah.
Honestly, their win condition was to pull Mighty Strikes. Give their 6/5 overwhelm and pump it up as much as possible.
Yeah.
You fiend!
Ah, fiend.
No. No. The only playable card in this is the one that I would need to make the hand playable. I can live with this.
Yeah. I'm gonna get one more.
I'm like,
primal source.
I might just hold this, to be honest, because
Yeah,
all I need is a primal to
if
turn
we
this
get
into a really good
primal,
card.
yeah.
And we have all of our other stuff. It makes me want to play it more now, but the nice thing about it is I can always play it later if that actually becomes a thing.
We have plenty of.
So, this is one of the rare times where I have that in my hand and I'm like, I'll save that because that's much better in its other mode.
Another glass.
He is certainly annoying. Magus is actually a really good counter to him, though. At this point, if I get another blue, I'm really happy. Which, knowing this deck, I won't.
Yeah.
Considering our experiences up to this point.
Another glass.
Oh, bugger.
Ah, it's that thing that we really hated when other people did to us. So we're taking 6 damage to the
What is the
face
secret
there.
we were doing?
Pay forward, discard a spell to turn it into Wisdom of the Elders. Oh.
The forest is dangerous.
We are no longer screwed.
Nope.
We're not in great shape. That is at least counterplay to the second one. Probably actually kill them both off for the cost of the cloth. So that's nice. They decide they really want to attack all in.
Wait, because we have power.
Thank you. I mean, I guess yes, if they want to spend a fast trick, then they'll be able to save that one.
Trust and experience.
Them clearing my board off, certainly an issue. Well, next turn I am unfortunately going to basically have to go hard at the cards
These
here.
markings, I've seen them before.
I searched the Shadowlands and found my way.
Hail Mary.
Awkward.
We're boned.
We are very boned. We are exceptionally boned here. All right. These cards are useless.
Gather round, folks.
My grandfather's deck has no bad cards.
Oh, it's not our grandfather's deck.
Unfortunately for us.
Kill the 6/4. Amy. We're dead. This is fine.
We're just dead.
We're just
It's
dead.
fine.
We're dead.
Well, they don't have a trick, so I'll give them that.
Another glass.
Another round. It is a shame that this is like my entire turn here. That's not true. Fuck them up!
Enjoying the show?
That's a pretty good voice clip. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
We're so close to stabilizing here.
Don't make me angry.
Like, if I can play this dude, we might have a chance. Ah. Rip.
We're dead.
Damn.
We're dead.
Oh, man. That was like, that was so close. That was so fucking close.
What's Sorcerer's Choice?
Lightning Storm. The other mode. I could have used that to gain health, like 6 health in an Aegis, which would have let me live another turn to not do anything.
Yeah, what would
Ah!
7-7.
Man!
That was rough.
Ah.
That was rough.
Masters players draft good decks, it turns out. Huge if true. Yeah, that dude, the 2/3 is repeatable. His silence effect is repeatable. Even more Lance. Oh.
Again, Masters players with our terrible deck.
It means the game respects us.
Sure.
The nice thing is this will be able to play this dude, and we do have the power to play her down, so we actually have a pretty disgusting aerial game here. I cannot believe this card got passed to us. If it was just a 5/5 flying for 6, it would be great in draft. Gushing till he dies.
Yep.
Enjoying the show? Well, I will say, them starting slow works out better for us than it does for them. Like, they're in aggressive colors here. You have a Conflagrate? Is that what you're holding here? Is that what your deal is? I'm gonna guess that they have the 2-cost Torch. Uh-oh. Gave me the hook. That's convenient.
Compass and Bird.
Yep. This is a pretty nasty hand, honestly. Like, it has a lot of flying threats, and I mean, it's got nothing to play defense with. That's fine. When has that ever mattered? Really wants another power.
I see them.
Like, the one more power in this hand actually gets scary.
Yep.
Got 2 turns to draw it before it starts getting awkward.
Yeah.
And I mean, we do have the ability to play most of the things in our deck. The thing that I wouldn't want to see here is the Contraband, because that's not very useful to me right now. I think most other cards in the deck would be useful.
Well, it would. We don't have the 2 shadows, so it would draw us.
Well, but the 2 shadow, you know what's useful for that. Ah, that's annoying. Ooh, I like that Vara's choice, because that can turn into a 2/2 blocker. Not what I do with my life. Probably. Seeing their hand would also have been a reasonable ask there, but I do think that stopping the potential 2/2 in the air that might slow me down is also fine. Alright, they finally found their 3rd power. Hopefully that doesn't get me killed. Don't give a fuck about that. Don't really give a... I'd actually like that less if it had hit this guy.
Yeah.
Come on, close ranks!
She's a really good card, but only if you're kind of already, like, doing pretty decent. Like, her stat line's really good, and her effect is conditionally good. You don't really have to be very scared of it, though.
No. Yeah.
Most of the time. The other nice thing about this is no matter what we pull, we can play the Magus and the Compass. Get anything? No? 1, 2, 3. Stop! Oh, weird. You're Injustice and you have a trick? I'm shocked. Righty. Yeah, you basically got to see her as a 3/3 for 3. And, like, a 3/3 for 3 in this mode is much better than a 2/2 for 2. Should be mentioned. Hey, they got something off it. Neat. Still not really scared of the damage they do to my face here.
Ha! Too
That's potentially scary, but not, you know, scary. It's scary in the if they manage to stop us from doing 7 damage to their face next turn way.
Yeah.
You know? That does slow us down.
Hopefully
Yes.
kill it a little bit.
Doesn't really matter which of these two I hit here. It's all, you know, slightly less damage being done. There's a non-zero chance we just die next turn.
protects us.
That feels bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this one.
Ugh. So close.
Not so close, since they've got lifesteal on this as soon as they play a spell, and I did see another spell.
You want to attack in? Just
Doesn't really do anything for me to attack in, to be honest. Except make it more likely that they can just kill me on the backswing here.
We will rebuild.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's game. Particularly when they kill this guy. I had 0 here. Their Kopesh. Yeah, that
for
part.
fuck's sake.
Nailed it!
Twice.
That'll happen.
Blood flood.
And all on games that I could have gotten to gold with.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 and 3. Oh well, it happens.
Ouch.
This deck wasn't very good.
No.
It was always susceptible to bad stuff happening to it. Just didn't really have the strong late game. But hey, we had one good run, one bad run. They kind of even out in the end. Let's open up some packs. It did have a legendary pass to me.
Yeah.
That was funny. I will say that deck at least had ways to win. It wasn't a completely non-functional draft deck, which is always the kind of thing that bums me out the most. When I draft a deck and it's like, yep, this doesn't do anything at all and I hate it. That one at least had some ways to win games. We could have gotten away with that second win. Nope, we are going to finish up for now. We've been going for a little over 2 hours. Usually just do the 2 draft runs. So, hope y'all enjoyed.
Yep.
We will see you on Sunday for a new game.
We're gonna announce what game it is.
Nah, let them figure it out. Let them figure it out when it shows up in their stream thing.
It's a good one.
It is a good game.
He's never played it.
I've never played it, no.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
So, we will see you on Sunday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.